Talking about Vanessa, why did you leave her all by herself last night? Because I saw you.
Because I needed to work. I had some files to audit.
Alice, you need to give her some of your time so she can find out how amazing you are.
Then when she finds out how amazing I am, she'll leave.
No, you can't say that for sure.
What's the truth? They always leave. Why do you want this so bad?
Because I will not be here forever.
Mr. Alex, can you give us a statement for your sudden engagement announcement? I mean, what is really going on with the two of you? Are you really getting married?
Now that you're about to get married, Mr. Alice, can you please tell us, is it your mom that's mostly speaking for you, or your wife to be here?
Speaking of your mother, she's not here. So who did the communication between both families? Or is she still the one pulling the strings?
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl talk with Prash, and guys, today I bring you a new movie. Now the name of this movie is called Loud Silence, and this movie is starring Maurice, Okowa, Oby Titus, Oby Titus alongside other amazing actors, actresses, and the entire cast and crew. Now this movie is a very beautiful movie. I feel like it's an amazing movie because it's not your usual love me movie, okay? And I feel like Nollywood actors, Nollywood directors are starting to talk about things that matter. Okay, it's no longer love as usual now. They are starting to create awareness of various sicknesses, various ailments that plague people, and one of them is known as Tourette syndrome. Now, I've always known about Tourette syndrome, but I would usually see it just in the whites. I've not actually heard of a black person that had Tourette syndrome. And now, this movie is so important because it makes you realize that it's not just for the whites. A black can actually have Tourette syndrome. It's the ailment doesn't segregate on who has it. Okay, I learned a lot about Tourette syndrome through this movie, and also through going to like find out more about the movie, about the ailment, which is Tourette syndrome. Now, Tourette syndrome is characterized by something we call tics, which is a sudden or rapid movement of your vocals. It can also be through you find yourself repeating words, you find yourself blinking rapidly, you find yourself trying to clear your throat, anxiety, and all that. And it's even worse because anxiety, when they feel anxious, it makes it worse. Okay, and it can even hinder like creative learning for some people who are, I think it's like on a spectrum, so it ranges. Now let's get back to the movie. Now Maurice Sam, who happens to be Alex in the movie, was a successful young man. Okay, he's a top CEO, he's a top businessman, but because of his ailments, he kind of encloses himself. He doesn't want to be seen. He doesn't want to talk because he feels like people will stereotype him. He feels like people will segregate him. And his mom, who happens to be Oby Titus, tried her possible best to like protect her son and shield her son from the eyes of the public. Now, a mother trying to protect her son and shield her son from the eyes of the public, they started tagging him as a mommy's boy, that he would never talk. It's always his mom talking for him. He's always his mom doing this and doing that for him. And I feel like this is where I say people should not be so quick to judge. People are so judgmental that you might not really know what somebody is going through, and you're all in your own head creating stories by yourself. Okay, this young man was going through a lot, and the entire public was just there um thinking that, oh, probably it was someone else like doing all the hard work, and he's just a CEO in the mouth, that he cannot come out and like give speeches to show that he's actually the one doing whatever he's doing, not knowing that this young man was going through a lot. Now, Maurice Sam had someone who his mom wanted him to marry, and she was Okonwa Shnazi. In the she's Okonwa Shnazi. Now, Okonwa Shnazi, her mom is Obe Etok. Now, Obe Etok was all around like she wants her daughter to marry Maurice Sam just because Maurice Sam is rich, Maurice Sam has money, he's influential. Don't get me wrong, she also knew that he was like on a kind of spectrum. but she didn't care about that. She was like, she was even saying it's even better he doesn't talk and all that, so that her daughter will like come out to be the face of his business. Her daughter will be the one being projected in the limelight. Okay, the mom was after the money. Now, Shnazi, on the other hand, wasn't having it because she was in love with somebody else, known as Rex in the movie. Okay, yes, she was in love with somebody else, and she didn't want to get married to Maurice Sam, not because she did not like him, but because he was always quiet, he wasn't talking to her, he wasn't even trying to build a relationship with her. But why he wasn't doing this was not because he didn't like her, but because, as I earlier said, he was scared of how people will see him. He was scared that people always end up leaving him once they realize that, okay, his sticks are too much, or this one or that one, they end up leaving. Now, she was in love with somebody, as I said earlier, but with time and with spending more time with Maurice Sam, she realized that, okay, this guy is actually an amazing person, and I don't think that his situation, or his illness should be what characterizes him. And I love the fact that she was the one that actually helped him come out from his shell. She helped him. He was now doing interviews. He was now creating awareness for his own illness. And when people now started finally heard that, okay, this was what he was dealing with, not because he didn't just want to talk, or because he's a mommy's boy, but because this was what he was dealing with, people became people became more willing. Yes, I'll use that word, willing. People became more willing to get to knowing him. People became more willing to knowing more about his situation. And I like the fact that in the movie he created this awareness about the syndrome, and so many people came out and started saying that, yeah, they too were dealing with this. And because somebody as popular as a big CEO as Alex saying he has this, it has given them hope to know that, okay, they can do more even though they have like this particular ailment. And it was very beautiful to see. Okay, now this is the lesson I learned from this movie. First of all, as I've said earlier, I don't think we should be too quick to judge people. You never might know what people are dealing with. Secondly, please stop segregating people. Even if the person has ADHD, there are people that have ADHD, there are people that have OCD, there are people that have so many nervous degenerative conditions. Please let us try as much as possible to not segregate these people. There are even people, let's talk about the popular one. There are people that have HIV. Yeah, I've heard of people that have HIV, and especially in a country like Nigeria, I call it ignorance because most people do not know about it. They are so scared to come close to people with HIV. Once you hear that somebody has HIV, everybody's running away. Nobody wants to be close to the person. But when you learn more about a situation somebody is in, I feel like you will know better how to relate with the person. You will know, okay, these are the do's and don'ts. Don't do this. If you do this, you're safe. You won't catch whatever the disease is, or you would know how better to treat a person. And it's with the segregation that you give the person that actually kills the person, not even the disease. Most people, when they find out they have all these conditions, it's the fear of how would people look at me. That's what even kills them before the disease. I've heard of people with things like HIV that they have lived years. They even live longer than most normal people. But most times, most people, because of the fear of how people will take them, they'll end up, some of them even end up killing themselves. And this is not good. I feel like we should be more open to learning about different conditions. And also, we should be more loving to people with these conditions, okay? Because sometimes these people do not give them, they do not decide to have these conditions, okay? Times they find themselves in situations whereby they are born with these conditions, or these conditions just pop out. There is a girl I follow on Instagram. I can't really remember the name of the condition she has, but she has a condition whereby her bones are degenerating. Now, also for people with these conditions, I feel like you should try to come out, try to talk, because people can only understand you when they understand the situation you're in. So please try to try as much as possible to let people know about your condition so they know how to treat you. Okay, so guys, this is where I say please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscription is totally and will always be free. Okay, and let me know what you think about this movie in the comment section. Thank you.